Hello everyone and welcome to my daily report market analysis videos with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec on Monday the 4th of November. We've got a slightly risk positive move to the markets today, little real direction around the major currencies, but there's a slight air of yen underperformance and Kiwi outperformance. Dollar has been sort of hovering around the neutral line, although obviously you can see the Swiss franc underperforming as well. So it again sort of suggests a little bit of a risk positivity coming through. That mainly has been driven through the equity markets, about 0.5% on the FTSE, almost up to 1% on the DAX. Now, generally speaking, the risk positivity is also shown through yields being a shade higher in early moves. And you can see this through, look at S&P 500 storming to all-time highs, 30.66 on Friday. Futures about 1/3% to 0.5% higher early morning today. So we've got a general sort of risk positivity move through markets and nothing really doing in terms of the direction out of the payrolls report on Friday. Actually, the dollar data, the US data was fairly mixed. Actually, the ISM manufacturing data disappointed a little bit, and that sort of had a bit of a drag impact on the dollar. But generally speaking, what we've seen is this continued drip feed of just sort of broadly positive news regarding the trade dispute. They're now starting to talk about potential venues for a signing event for the phase one of the agreement, seeing as the Chile APEC meeting has now been cancelled. They are now looking for alternative venues that they could have the signing, and that's a sort of handful of venues that have been mooted. But generally speaking, that we're going to see this continued, I think, throughout this the coming days and weeks, where you see there's a move towards the signing of this deal. Which is just phase one, to be honest, and nothing really more than that. But in terms of data points today, you've had the Eurozone the Eurozone final PMIs early morning today. 45.9, so a slight amount up from 45.7 at the flash reading, and then with sort of UK construction PMI in a few minutes. It's about 6 or 7% of the UK economy, so it doesn't really have a massive impact, but certainly will be watched. And then into the afternoon, you're sort of looking at factory orders for the States. US factory orders expected to be 0.5% down again in September, down from a 0.5% decline in August. So that's this afternoon. But generally speaking, we're sort of slightly risk positive today. Now, my chart today, FTSE 100. I said that equity markets were rising, and what we have seen is a strong move on Friday in FTSE 100 and a decent gain today. But as I said earlier, FTSE is only 0.5% higher. DAX is 1% higher. So FTSE continues to struggle, and you can see this through the fact that I showed you earlier. S&P 500 was at all-time highs and really bursting out. FTSE is nowhere near that level of gain. We've seen it struggling for the last 3 months in this range play, sort of 7,000-ish up towards 7,450. So sort of 450 ticks worth of range there. Little uptrend channel developing here, lower, higher lows, higher highs, breaking out, using old support as a basis of old resistance as a basis of support is an encouraging sign, actually. And you can see sort of decent-ish momentum indicators, but FTSE RSI still struggling under 60. MACD lines a shade above neutral, stochastics relatively strong. But broadly speaking, we've seen this developing uptrend channel, and market needs to now break out above 7,347 to really suggest we're going to be testing at that 7,440 level. So it is a really a move that looks likely, I think, in due course. But again, as I said, in terms of performance-wise, FTSE is really still not great. You can see here on the hourly chart the development of this trend higher. RSI 40 is a very good buying opportunity, seemingly on the hourly RSI. Up into the mid-60s, those MACD lines are turning higher, crossing higher again, looking strong on stochastics as well. So a test of 7347 looks to be on for FTSE 100. And as I said, if you can see that breakout above that on a closing basis, then I think you are looking pretty positive for 7440 and a test of that in due course. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading. Click here to subscribe to our analysis videos and go to our website to sign up for our webinar.